Ms. Weisinger, you run a daycare center. Do you run it out of your house?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you certified daycare provider?
Pending.
So the answer is
No,
no.
ma'am.
When did you take the test?
Around September.
Well, the results came out already. Did you pass the test?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are they waiting for?
The background screening.
Are you permitted to take care of children without being a licensed daycare provider?
Yes, ma'am.
When you were taking care of the defendant's children, you had two?
Yes, ma'am.
How old?
He is now 10 months and 2.
And how old were they when you brought them to the plaintiff?
He was 4 months and 1.5, almost 2.
The father of these two children, was that a husband?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the father of these two children was given visitation.
Correct.
And he was given visitation after the children were enrolled in the plaintiff's
Yes, ma'am.
daycare service. And since you work, you made arrangements with the father of your children to pick up the children at the daycare center.
Correct.
And the plaintiff didn't like that.
No.
Because it was problematic for her. Police had to be called at least on one occasion.
Yes.
So either she told you to leave or you left on your own. And she sent you a bill. She said you failed to give her 2 weeks' notice. I'm not concerned about that, the 2 weeks' notice. If you wanted her out, that was problematic for you, right? So you
Correct.
should be happy that her children were out. If the visitation was not possible through you, you should be happy. And then we're left with 2 days that you say she didn't pay for. Which 2 days?
The first week, it was the 21st and the 22nd.
What do you mean the first week?
Well, the first week when she came on the 25th, she said that the kids would not be coming because I didn't want the father, the pickup, to be at my home anymore.
Just a second. She brought the children 6 months ago. What 2 days, give me the date, that you are claiming she didn't pay you for?
March 21st, March 22nd, March 28th, March 29th, April 1st through April 4th.
Well, that's more than 2 days.
It is.
Were the children there on March 21st and March 22nd?
No, ma'am.
Because?
On the 21st and the 22nd, their father picked them up at, I believe it's 11 o'clock, and he brought them back at 5.
To whose house? To her?
Yes.
Did you pay her for those days?
She was going to receive payment through Crystal Stairs for the time that they were there.
The answer is you did not pay her.
No.
And how much is it a day for each of the children?
I can look in her fee schedule. So there's the contract that she signed with Crystal Stairs, is the rates, and then she has her own.
I just want you to tell me how much you were supposed to pay her for March 21st and March 22nd, and you didn't. How much was she supposed to pay on March 21st and March 20th? She, not the service.
For both children, it was $75.
Her portion for those 2 days.
Correct. Crystal Stairs does not cover if the children are not at the daycare.
So you mean Crystal Services, which is
The county.
the county, doesn't pay if the children weren't there.
Correct.
So why are you charging her if the children weren't there?
Because she wrote, I have a contract that she signed that if your kids are not attending the daycare, you are still responsible.
I don't care. The children weren't there. Were the children there on the 28th and the 29th?
They were there from 6:30 to 11.
On the 28th and the 29th?
Yes, ma'am.
And on the 21st and 22nd?
No, ma'am.
But just on the 28th and the 29th? Well, who's going to pay her from 6:30 to 11?
Crystal Stairs will pay her for that time.
You're going to pay her.
Is she going to reimburse?
You're going to pay her.
Okay.
So far, I'm not hearing that you're paying anything.
I did pay her
Well, but you didn't pay her for the 28th and the 29th of March.
because they weren't there those days. They were there
Well,
the
they
21st.
were there,
and
not during the day, but she says they were there from 6:30 to 11.
I believe that she has the dates backwards because they were there on the 21st and the 22nd, but they were not there the 28th and the 29th.
Fine. They were there the 21st and the 22nd from
And
6:30
when
to
I
11.
spoke with Crystal Stairs, they said that they paid her out for the hours that they were there during that time.
Did you get paid from 6:30 to 11?
I did. They didn't pay me from 11 to 5.
Okay, good. They're not paying you from 11 to 5. You didn't do anything. Okay, what are the rest of the days?
Week of April the 1st through the 4th, that was supposed to have been her last week, and she didn't bring the kids at all.
Then you didn't work.
No, I didn't, but I have a contract that states if you're...
Listen, Ms. Weisinger, I actually feel mostly sympathetic. It sounds to me like you're trying to do all the right things. But you are not a licensed daycare provider. As far as I'm concerned, people who are not licensed daycare providers shouldn't be taking care of infants, period. That would be in my best America. As long as you got paid for what you did, I am satisfied. You are having difficulty with her because of this ongoing problem that she has with a court order of visitation. And you're quite right. If you're taking care of other children, you don't want a potentially toxic situation when you're taking care of other children. I want to make certain that you get paid for work that you did in watching her children. So from what I'm hearing, you got paid for the time that you were actually taking care of her children. Is that correct?
Correct.
Goodbye.